Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for being here today. Before I get started, I'd just like to thank you all for coming to spend a little time with an option then later to take part in our Chautauqua, which will be over at the theater. So keep that in the back of your mind. Our Chautauqua this evening will be starring none other than Eleanor Roosevelt. So I'm pretty excited about that. Before we get further into our program, I'd like to recognize a few special guests. From the Charles County Commissioners, we have Deborah Davis. We have from the Charles delegation, we have Delegate Edith Patterson with us. Okay, keep going. Okay. From our Board of Trustees, we have our Vice Chair, Brad Bates. From our Foundation Directors, we have our Chair, Nancy Hempstead. We have our first Vice Chair, Kim Rosenfield. Linda Cox is with us. Al Leander. Jay Lilly. Who? Yeah. Who? Brenda Lowe. Trey Proctor. Jerry Sanford. Gary Simpson. From our Board of Trustees Emerita, we have Dorothea Smith. Just seems like yesterday she was a trustee. And we have Foundation Director Emeritus Greg Cockerham. We have some Emeritus faculty with us as well. Joe Williams, welcome, and Ron Brown. Both of them I got to meet today for the first time, which was pretty wonderful. And we have former Foundation Director Linda Williams. Well, the reason we're gathered here this evening is to celebrate the extraordinary generosity of two of our alumni from the same family, two brothers, Jay and Joel Lilly, and Jay's wife, Mary. The Lilly brothers started their college careers here more than 4 decades ago with the help of scholarships and the support of a lot of faculty and staff. Both Jay and Joel recently decided that they would like to name their legacy at the College of Southern Maryland through planned giving supporting CSM scholarships. Jay and Joel are proud graduates of Charles County Community College, which is now CSM. Jay graduated in 1975 and Joel in 1976. You're okay with us saying these dates out loud?
Michelle blew it a long time ago.
Okay.
Wherever she is.
Both transferred from this college. Jay continued his career at Georgetown University and Joel at the University of Maryland, earning bachelor's degrees and then returning to Southern Maryland, and we're really fortunate for that. While they were here in the mid-70s, mood rings and Rubik's Cubes were very popular. They probably still have them. The song of the year in 1975 was "Love Will Keep Us Together" by the Captain and Tennille. Our U.S. president was Gerald Ford, and the Vietnam War was coming to an end. Milk was 46 cents a gallon, and bread was 33 cents. On this campus, Jay Carsey was president. We did not yet have a nursing program, and our student population was 2,217. In fact, Jay and Joel were part of the expanding enrollment growth that the college experienced for the 1974-75 academic year, with an increase of 54% from the previous year. Tells you something about demand. And 5 new faculty came on board for a total of 85 faculty members that year. That's pretty exciting, including Paul Billeter, who's still with us today. So that's pretty interesting. This is sort of like Hotel California. People come to the College in Maryland, they check in and they never check out. Between 1975 and 78, 5 new curricula areas were added: fire science, real estate, LPN, horticulture, and the RN program. Interestingly, full-time tuition for a student enrolled in the 16 Maryland community colleges was $468 a year, and Charles County was a real bargain at $415. When Jay and Joel attended this college, tuition was $15 a credit. Well, some things have changed, and others have not. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary on September 17th, and it's a good time for us to reflect on our past successes, like our wonderful alums, Jay and Joel. From what I can see, this college has been on a forward trajectory for many years, and it's serving more people and expanding its footprint. Today, we have more than 11,000 plus degree-seeking students, more than 6,000 right on this campus, and a total student population on all of our campuses of about 24,600. One thing that has not changed since the 70s is that our students still need support accessing higher education. They need help affording and navigating their way through college, and that's our job. They depend on scholarships to make it through, and they also need tools for success, such as outstanding advising and student services. That's why Jay and Mary have already established 3 scholarships with the CSM Foundation, and why Jay, Joel, and Mary recently established their legacy plan gift in the amount of $250,000 each, totaling more than $500,000. Let me tell you what that means. It means that CSM and its students are now the beneficiary of their estate plans, and their legacy will serve our students in perpetuity. That's extraordinary. This is also really special to me because Jay was one of the first Southern Marylanders that my husband Joe and I met. We clicked right away with Jay and Mary. In fact, my very first moments of meeting Mary, she gave us an Easter basket full of all kinds of goodies. I knew you were going to be my friend forever. Some days you just need a lot of chocolate. And it's really wonderful to be here. And I recently met Joel, and I hear that you're the Shire brother, and you've got a third one here too that we need to round up. But I got to tell you, for me, it's an honor to meet such generous and caring people, and personally, I'm grateful on behalf of our students. So on behalf of the trustees and the college, we're proud to recognize you and honor you today. Jay, Joel, Mary, we're grateful for your support for everything that we do. And it's an honor to be naming these rooms, the lobby and the conference room in our community education building in their names, and in memory of your parents, Ethel May and Reuben. I can't think of anything better. I can't think of more community-minded people that I've met than the Lilly family and all your friends here today. My personal gratitude. And at this point, I'll turn the podium over to my partner in crime here, Nancy Hempstead.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here tonight. This is a great honor to be able to speak and acknowledge everything that you guys have done for the college. And wow, thinking back to the 70s is truly a blast from the past. We all have our memories of where we were and what we were doing, some good, not so good, at that time. And certainly our college years provided such fond memories for so many of us. And as most of you know, the CSM Foundation, which I'm here to represent tonight, along with my colleagues, is both the fundraising and the fundraising arm of the college. Jay has been a director on the foundation board for 10 years now. I've been fortunate enough to work closely with him during my tenure, and he has truly walked the walk. He has made such a significant impact through his passion and personal donations of time and resources. Anyone who knows Jay knows that he is an overachiever and someone who goes above and beyond to make an impact, and Jay, you truly lead by example. Jay's leadership has been evident throughout his adulthood, beginning in 1974, not that long ago, because I'm with you on that, when as a student at CSM he served as the Vice President of Student Government Association. In the 1980s, Jay was a leader in the college's Alumni Association and oversaw its annual golf tournament fundraiser, which today remains one of CSM's most successful fundraising events. He remained involved with the college and joined the CSM Foundation Board of Directors in 2008, served as board chair from 2011 to 2014, and is currently serving his second 5-year term. He is a founding member and current chair of the CSM Alumni and Friends Connection Group, and helped install the BRIC program on all of the campuses. Jay, you're not only generous with your time and your abilities, you're also generous with your resources, investing in CSM and its students, through continual philanthropic support of scholarships, programs, and events. Jay was also instrumental in launching our most recent $12 million impact campaign that so many of you have generously supported. He made one of the first gifts when we launched our campaign in 2015, our original goal being $10 million. And his and Joel's and Mary's most recent gift of $250,000 each brought us to our new $12 million goal, which will support scholarships, programs, technology, and innovation and entrepreneurship. So please join me in a second round of applause. And as Dr. Murphy mentioned, in addition to his most recent and generous gift, Jay has been giving for many years and has donated more than $50,000 in cash to his 3 scholarships, which he founded. And many of us know the importance and impact of scholarships. For many of our students here and across the nation, it is the difference between attending college or not. It provides the opportunity to go to school full-time, work less, and focus on being a student. Every year, the CSM Foundation awards more than $700,000 in scholarships that support our student programs and services. Those of us serving on the foundation board look to Jay for his leadership in giving and advocating for this college. Jay not only gives of his resources, but more importantly, he encourages others to do the same. As an advocate, Jay brought his brother Joel to our scholarship receptions, where he saw how many students need and depend on scholarships to attend college, and obviously this touched Joel's heart as well. On behalf of the CSM Foundation and all of our donors, I want to thank Jay, Mary, and Joel for making such an impact in CSM in the past, in the present, and in the future. We are truly grateful for all that you've done and continue to do, so thank you again. We'd also like to hear a few words from Edith Patterson, a former college employee and Maryland delegate, and a former Charles County Community College CSM College Dean, Josephine Jo Williams, who will be represented by her husband Gary, who is also a former faculty member of Charles County Community College. Would you guys like to come up? Thank you, Edith.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You know, when I was asked to offer some comments regarding 1974, and of course, Lilly, I thought, 1974, there were 5 buildings, the 3 out here, not looking like they are now, one in the back, and of course, a gym. But more importantly, when I think of Jay, I also think of Mike Sullivan, Mary Clipper, Gary Simpson, Greg Cockerham, and of course, Jay. When I saw the picture of there with the long dark hair, I thought, I remember this student who came to my office because in 1974 was my first year as a counselor here at the Charles County Community College. And what a college it was. Certainly a different era, a different time for someone who had just moved to Charles County. But more importantly, I realized then as I watched Jay, and you heard of all of his accolades, his leadership skills, as an educator looking back, I realized I'm not surprised. I'm certainly not surprised about what he has done and what he continues to do. Why? Because he was always, and those of you who know him, he was always energetic. He was always determined. He used to walk real fast. I don't know if he still do that or not. A magnificent smile, and then just, I don't know if he gets a lot of sleep, only Mary knows that, but always thinking ahead. A Renaissance man, a man who really thought beyond just Charles County Community College. I asked Joel if he remembered who was his advisor. He said he didn't remember, so I'm going to say it was not me, because he would have remembered had I been his advisor. So, as your representative in the Maryland General Assembly in the House of Delegates, you know, we're always concerned about money, and it's never enough in the budget. But I will simply say that, Jay, you may not come with them when they come up to visit Indianapolis, but there is a CSM Day where the students come up, they give gifts. We don't give gifts because we don't have money, but the students Dr. Comey brings them up. Dr. Murphy also brings them up. And so your dollars, Jay, Mary, and Joel, your dollars are invested well because these students are really very, very impressive, not only from the La Plata campus, but also from St. Mary's and Calvert as well. And so when you think about, for me, if I had the money, I would think, where are my dollars going to? Who are they helping? You will know that for us at the General Assembly, we're really concerned about the scholarship and ability for students to have opportunities in terms of not just degree seeking, but also career, college, and technology as well. And so I will simply say, for those of you who do not know this, that CSM has high visibility in Annapolis. You're well represented in terms of issues and concerns and testimony. And for that, again, we want to thank you, because had the college not had the support that you have given, not only just you, but all benefactors, you would not, Dr. Murphy, would not be able to do the tremendous job that she does. And so civic engagement, loyalty to this institution, it is certainly my pleasure, and certainly on behalf of the Maryland General Assembly, to offer citations from the Maryland Assembly. So I have a super efficient chief of staff, because she not only made one, but she made two citations. So if you don't mind coming up, is this okay now to do this? Please come forward. All of you.
That's right, that's right.
Since there are 3 sites, we couldn't decide, so blame someone here who said, well, just do the one site for the location. And so it clearly, we've just done one site. It says the Maryland General Assembly official citation, and it reads, be hereby known to all that sincere congratulations are offered to Mary and Jay Lilly, because it's just at one site, in recognition of your naming ceremony and your unwavering devotion, dedication, and commitment to the advancement of the College of Southern Maryland. And it's presented on this 11th day of July on behalf of the Charles County delegation. That includes Senator Mac Middleton, Delegate C.T. Wilson, Delegate Sally Jameson, of course, myself. And I'm going to ask Dr. Murphy, if you would please come forward as well.
I'm here to move the event to my husband, Gary Williams, who is also a member of the faculty here, because I have some difficulty with my eyes, and it's not easy to speak to large groups. So I hope you don't mind that. I'm delighted to be here. I am delighted to hear so much of what's going on with this group of people who are so extremely useful when it comes to working and moving what we need to move and do. And so I'm very grateful to all of you for the work that's been done. And I'm going to hand this over now to my husband, Gary Williams, and let him speak for not only himself, but for me as well. Thank you.
These are Joe's thoughts from her heart. And this college was and still is very close to Joe's heart. The gift of the Lilly families is an extraordinary appreciation of the College of Southern Maryland. It was founded by an enlightened community 60 years ago, and the Lilly's generous gift is an investment in the future of the college and this community. Consider what we are seeing in this. There's a circle of generosity being drawn here, and today we celebrate that. As a professor of English at the college and later Dean of Arts and Sciences, and this is Joe, I had the joy of knowing well many local students of all ages. They represented everything the college the community college spoke to, valued, and hoped to nourish. I began teaching English at Charles County Community College in its first decade. John Sine was then the dean, later the college's president. And the campus, as many of you will remember, was located at the old Nike site on Mumpy Oak Road. The classrooms and the offices were in a few one-story concrete block buildings, military, Spartan, and I thought the students, she says, were brave to trust us in this new enterprise. The concept of a community college was relatively new and growing in the country. The college then moved to its new campus here on Mitchell Road in 1968 with a handsome colonial-style building as its centerpiece. That building included a virtual glass showroom with its huge tape machines, and the computer was taking its data from punch cards, but it all looked very impressive. It was an icon for the college's intention to give the county students new opportunities to grow. By the time Jay and John Lilly graduated in 1975 and 76, the Mitchell Road campus, its student population, and its training programs had grown. In 1978, the college expanded its service to St. Mary's, and in 1980 to Calvert County. In the 1980s, the Mitchell campus saw the addition, to my own great pleasure, of a new, fully equipped theater that would serve our students and the community with year-round programming of concerts, plays, touring companies, children's theater, guest speakers, and an exhibit for the fine arts. Looking back tonight, I am remembering young Jay Lilly in my literature classes in the mid-1970s, keen in his interest, funny, dutiful, a curious student who read carefully. If this experience challenged him, he was not afraid to challenge his teacher, always charmingly, maybe a little too often. What I want to share with you from my experiences here especially is that in our classrooms over those years, from the 1960s to 2000 when I retired, there were so many students, like the Lillys, earnestly wanting to succeed, and teachers who earnestly wanted them to succeed. It is there, on the campus, in the classroom, that the circle of generosity takes on a vitality of its own. What the Lilly families have done will help this happen again. Their gift will help generate possibilities for future students so that the circle of generosity at the College of Southern Maryland can do its work in a changing world. And that is the size of the generosity that we celebrate today. My own warmest thanks to the Lilly families.
Thank you. Thank you. It's touching. I will assure you, those of you who are emeritus from us, that we still earnestly want our students to succeed, and they are met with teachers who embrace them just as you did. Thank you so much.
Dr. Murphy, board members, my fellow foundation board members, elected officials, alumni, family, and friends. Mary, my brother, Joel, and I are delighted to stand before you to announce our legacy gift to the College of Southern Maryland. I find it truly amazing standing here before you that 44 and 43 years ago, respectively, Joel and I graduated on the lawn just outside this building. So literally, we graduated on the back lawn. It was simply a lawn, not simply a lawn, but a lovely green lawn. There weren't any plantings, and the only thing that was there was the student union. Mary Clip was back there smiling, if you remember that day. And who would have thought, 40-some years later, we'd be sitting here or standing here and, doing this legacy. Is pretty interesting. Joel and I have firsthand knowledge of the support of the community, this community. And perhaps like you, our higher education began here through partial scholarships. Mary benefited as well from a foundation. She literally danced and performed her way through 4 years of Duquesne University on a full scholarship. Such occurrences in our life make it easy for us to want to give back so students can continue to have opportunities to further their education. Joel and I had a great experience when we were here at this college. The campus was young and growing when we attended, and since then has expanded and become so much more impressive today. The buildings and programs offered here were and are phenomenal, but another key factor at the college is the faculty, which was one of the reasons I found my transfer to and graduation from Georgetown University seamless. They helped orchestrate that goal for me. Joel was successful and continued with his education and graduated from University of Maryland, and that dog graduated, he retired. That dog retired 2 years ago. I can't believe him. I'm telling you, we just keep getting ourselves further into debt, and Joel's having too much fun. I'll have to tell you a little anecdote. We bought Mulberry Grove Farm. It's been a year this month, and Joel was losing weight. And I said, Joel, he mentioned that he had lost like 23 or 24 pounds. So I said, well, what are you doing, Joel? And he said, well, I'm going to the spa. Well, that sounded kind of weird for Joel. And I said, spa? What spa? He said, Mulberry Grove. So he helped empty out a barn. It's been pretty amazing. So it's been a fun family project, right? Yeah. It's amazing, period. Basically, I'm a current business owner with offices in Charles and St. Mary's counties, and of course, we do sell real estate in the Tri-County area, Washington, D.C., and Virginia. I give credit to the outstanding instruction and support I received at the college, preparing me to reach this level of success today as broker owner of Coldwell Banker J. Lilly Real Estate. A number of years ago, we established a program to benefit the foundation. When CSM students, faculty, or alumni buy or sell through Coldwell Banker J. Lilly Real Estate, 20% of the transaction proceeds earned by the broker are donated back, 10% to the foundation and 10% back to its return to the student, alumni, or faculty. So if you're interested in buying or selling, please give us a call. We owe $200,000, so we're trying to move forward. Right? No, I'm just kidding. Like you, many of us believe the College of Southern Maryland is a huge asset to the area and is essential to the health and economic prosperity of our community. Mary and I decided a while back to invest in CSM today to transform tomorrow. For us, giving back with a single brick and at times a few bricks every year in celebration of accomplishments, anniversaries, and memorials, etc., for family, friends, and employees kind of started that giving process. Our next step was to create a scholarship for my mother that would be given to a nursing student. We then set up a scholarship through Coldwell Banker that is awarded to students enrolled in the trades program, and now we've gone to workforce housing as well. And today we share the news of naming a room and a wing as our legacy gift. We're memorializing my mother and father, Ethel May and Reuben Lilly, for the great foundation and support they provided. And then we wanted also to leave our mark as strong supporters of education. Joel attended a number of scholarship presentations over the years with myself, my brother Joel, Mary, and my brother Chris, and Mary and Dad, and began to view it as an investment in the future as well. He began asking me, how it would be to go about giving a gift, and I put him in charge with Michelle. And today's contribution is marked by the naming of the lobby in this building. So if you have a chance, you want to see his pillow, his pictures. Joel's retired, so he's not exactly sure totally what he's going to do, and he thought maybe he'd come over and have a cup of coffee occasionally, wipe down the lobby, do some different things. You're laughing, I'm serious. That's right. That's right. Our scholarship will provide opportunities for students to grow and to prosper in a field which inspires them. We hope, too, that one day they will look back, remember, and consider paying it forward for others as well. It is our pleasure to make this impact and to remain involved with the College of Southern Maryland. We hope our gifts will inspire others to consider supporting CSM in any way they can. Every gift counts toward making a difference that impacts students of today and of the future. And thank you all, and I really appreciate you all coming out this evening, and all this wonderful support is just phenomenal. Thank you.